Hey guys, welcome to video Owl Resto Shaman and pretty cutscene based games. I'm trying to uh, go for a more fluid game when the action is actually happening, like when somebody is low on our team, on their team, and just not let the whole game roll out, because TVT is pretty long games and most of them are not, the entire part of the game is pretty much stand back, riptide, healing wave, and that's about it, and just wait for a certain amount of dampening to actually start doing damage. And yeah, that's about it in this video, and let's go in and comment it a bit. Okay, so we are going pretty hard. They went hard. Now was pretty much our turn. The druid cooldowns are over. We're gonna go to another cutscene because the game was pretty stale by then. Hero pop, Doom Winds pop. He did get some pressure, but we did get more pressure with instance. We also had the cooldowns activated. Incarn was up when he did popping Hero. So I'm not really sure that was a nice decision, because more procs means more hits, means actually more procs for the owl, so that means more instants. So yeah, overall nothing was happening in that case. We needed more dampening to actually get a kill and to make the monk out of mana. Monk is actually going for a drink. I was watching him going for it. I was okay, let's do damage now. I actually do about 1 million in lightning bolts and lava burst casts, and we get an easy win, which was a pretty nice one. Here we have a Disc Priest and Unholy Death Knights. Unholy Death Knight, I don't know what happened to them, but they do seem to do a lot more damage recently. I didn't read about any changes, but somehow necrotic is fixed or something, because now it really absorbs more healing, and they do seem to be way more powerful. I have to heal dampening and then I have to heal necrotics. If they have a good healer, they just survive. They just survive and they just win. It's really broken in 2v2 right now. This disc was trying his best, but I don't feel like disc is a good spec for to use outside of Rogue Priest, and even then, I feel like they should spam damage and play Dark Archangel to actually score some kills. Other than that, it's just gonna be a stall game, which they will lose eventually. That clone was pretty bad, I think. He actually refreshed the DR clone on the priest, and he could have DR'd, not clone at all in that scenario, and just go for a clone on the pet, or not clone at all and just clone after the priest and then clone the priest. Anyway, jumping on into the almost kill, we get like a full hex after a clone, and then we get some clone on the Death Knight. He did DR the clone again. He could have just let the priest cast, it didn't really matter, then have like another go pretty soon. Anyway, this game went pretty well for us, considering it's a demon, not a demon king, but Death Knight, which is pretty scary indeed. He did pop his Army of the Dead right now, his artifact. He goes pretty ham. We do have a root beam. I'm gonna go for a hex, and maybe nope, I'm gonna get stunned instantly on it, and now I'm starting to feel the pressure. I wasn't sure if I should link or not and start casting, but he had a kick available, so, and I didn't want to risk it, so I just pressed the link and then started to cast. I did get a full hex. He did get the clone after on the Death Knight, but again, he should have cloned the Death Knight right now, and then like four more seconds was on the priest, and he could have gotten like a full clone on the priest. It's not a huge deal, but it did prolong the game for a few more seconds. DR root over there right now. I do have a hex available. I'm going for it, and this should be the kill soon enough. He's still 3 more seconds in CC, purging that shield, doing some damage, and this is the full moon landing in a bit, which he did stun, but fairly late, and he died with the shield up. I didn't manage to purge the shield. He actually died with the shield up. Now it's another game of Shaman Warrior versus Owl and Shaman versus Shaman. This was fairly hard, but not really. I am playing this game, and you will see in a later game, later in this video, how you can do this matchup. In this certain arena, or actually, I wanted to try both of the playstyles. In this playstyle, I'm trying to LOS and run from the warrior as much as possible, and just run from the warrior, and when the dampening is high enough, like now it's like 54%, to just run into the open and let the Boomy go wild with his casts. So pretty much LOS, wait for dampening. When dampening is up, go in, let the Boomy go nuts, and eventually win the game. I was hoping to end the game earlier, but apparently 50+% dampening isn't enough, and the sweet spot is around 60+, even more than that for this certain matchup. In dampening, Boomy does way more damage than warrior, so overall it should be an easier time for us, and I can guide the warrior for a long time. If the shaman isn't interfering, like slowing totem or rooting totem, and he's just sitting in the back, it's gonna be a really easy time for me to guide the warrior. Just press ghost of W and leave a nerf bind down, and that's basically it. And my druid can also assist me with a root if I really need it, or a clone if I really need it, but usually he cannot really sit on me. It doesn't really matter if the druid doesn't do anything, can just sit AFK in the middle of the map. I faked that warrior kick. That was a pretty important kick actually. If he landed, he may as well have killed me. Going for the hex there. The shaman could have kicked me. He didn't. I got the purge and I have the lightning bolt, and the warrior just goes down because the shaman is a full moon, and the dampening was 60 something, so it was pretty high. Now we're facing a rogue mage team, which we actually faced a lot of times, or not really a lot of times, but they did have a positive win rate, and after facing us for a bunch of time they kinda dropped, which I wasn't really feeling bad, but the first few games they played it kinda bad. Like you can see now how they're pretty much running all the time, and going me equals leaving the Boomy alone, but somehow he did a vanish sap on the Boomy, and that really didn't do anything to the game, but he did abuse of the sap vanish bug. Anyway, look at that, he didn't have cloak for like 20 more seconds. The easy way was to just LOS, and he just went back in and tried to go on the druid, giving him free procs, and the druid just popped Incar and pretty much one-shotted him from 40%, which was kinda, easy win for us. Now I'm on another shaman. This one has less gear, less HP, not by a far margin, but it apparently matters a bit. They do get more pressure in this game. Like you can see, they did have like a better CC chains, but still, the Boomy, like for the past 20 seconds, had only Riptide Earthshield, and his HP did not move past 50%. So that was pretty impressive by Blizzard, because Boomkin have so much armor. That wouldn't be the case if the rogue was assassination, which I think is the better comp for 2v2. At least for 2v2, assassination is for sure better. Now they're just running. They try to kite Incarn. They do a fairly good job. Incarn was almost over, so yeah, now it's completely over with the fear. They did a pretty good job. I just walled and used my racial, so I pretty much got back to full. Also got a sneaky hex on that priest at that point, but didn't really matter. A few moments later we get a full moon into a root, into another root, because that beam actually broken, and the rogue is pretty low, no clock available for like 30 seconds. Full moon goes and lands, and there we go, another rogue kill. And them again, another good smoke bomb. He denied a few healing, but a root beam came right after, And the rogue has no cloak again, dampening isn't that high, the game just started. I get a hex after that, I'm full kidney, the rogue starts to ghost me. I don't know why he ghosts me when he doesn't have cloak and he just gets one-shotted. Just sit on the druid, man, if you don't have cloak. This was another game where they had really good CC, but you're gonna see a point in their play which they could actually won this game. So it was like a kidney into a sap. Now I'm getting a few heals off. The rogue is trying to reset. I'm actually getting feared. After the fear, he gets root beamed. After the root beam, I get another full kidney, and the book is dead. It's like has no HP. I'm getting full MC. No, it's actually half MC. But the the funny part is, he actually MC'd me close to my druid, which meant I could easily press link and recovered. I could have trinketed that, but I was like, wait, the priest is actually moving me towards the drink, so I just set the MC and just let him took me wherever he wanted. I trinketed the blind here, so that's why my trinket is on cooldown right now, and this is the end part of the game. They're pretty much this is like a really high dampening for the priest, so they can't really recover at this point. My druid has full HOTS, he cannot die. If the rogue tries to do anything, he will die. I'm sapped full right now after that fear. And they still try to go druid. I think druid is a really bad target from them. Now I have my earthen shield down, so he takes reduced damage even though he's dampening. The earthen shield is still pretty good and still does pretty well. As you could see, the rogue just goes down. And yeah, they can't really do anything. Here is double DPS, and oh, that was close. I could have went for the cast. I didn't really want to. They still had enough damage to maybe go through my ascendance and instant cast, so I just wanted to be safe and not die. I get a full poly, they ran a bit, so now it's like the second part where I'm trying to do some damage and heal, of course. I wanted to give at least one flame shock on that mage, but I just gotten polyed in between the counter spells, so yeah. And poly ice block, so at this point the mage has absolutely nothing. I trinketed the bash because I was afraid of a burst on my druid, so the mage was dead. It was the safe thing to do at this point. And after that the druid just goes down, so it was a pretty easy win eventually. Now this is another team, which I think at the time was the first on Zunamate on the ladder. At least the shaman was first and the warrior was a rank 1. Not really what season was that, anyway he was a rank 1. And yeah, we're just chilling. I'm playing the other playstyle now. Like before, we had a video where I was kiting the warrior for the most part, and now on this map I'm just gonna sit in the middle of arena and let the druid do whatever he wants. He can clone both of them, he can do absolutely whatever he wants. I did run a bit. I was trying to go like side to side, or maybe pressure the shaman some more. I'm healing the warrior anyway, so now they both use their kicks right now, so I'm pretty much okay, bro. Let's see if I can get this hex. I'm trying to go for it, but you know the warrior still has some pressure on me, so I'm just not gonna try to hex at least right now. But this was a pretty bad position for me. I was here because I wanted to hex, but in the same time I wasn't hexing for the longest time ever, so this didn't work out at all for me. But we still got to a pretty high dampening. That's a root beam. I did get stunned. I still have hex available, and I did get kicked right there, so this is a full clone. Nothing could have stopped that full clone, and I may have to go for a hex or at least clone the warrior. He did get a reclone, and I think I'm looking for the hex right now, or soon enough. Come on, dude, hex. Still not. I'm still scared of the execute actually, because yeah, I'm finally going for the hex. It's kinda late. I think I should have went a bit earlier and maybe we would have won. but still it's a pretty decent one because we did get a lot of pressure from it, and I think the root beam is gonna come soon enough, or at least a full clone. And I'm just gonna do some damage, gonna let the warrior, I mean the boomy die if anything. I just did an earth shield and riptide, and he should be fine. Lava burst and he dies. That was a fairly easy game, I mean easier than expected, but again it's risky to play like that. You can actually get gibbed if you don't manage to fake. This is another pretty long game. A lot of stuff happened in this one. They did get a lot of pressure. The priest was playing really well with his chastises. Like you can see, he did a chastise on me. Like I think he has another one ready for the druid, or he's on the air though, but he did so many smites. I think he has another chastise for sure. I'm getting kicked. He's really low right now. I'm actually scared of casting. I was thinking all on this time, oh my god, he's gonna chastise, he's gonna chastise, he's gonna chastise. He didn't. So that was really nice for us. He did manage to get the thingy, the holy ward off, so my hex was pretty useless. He immuned. I pretty much was trying to save mana, so my thought process is just hex, fuck it, don't purge it, hex for the holy ward to be off and let the clones be full, and eventually I'm gonna get a hex out of the clone or something like that. So I didn't really care, I was just hexing on cooldown. Whenever, whatever, didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to conserve as much mana as possible and go as high as possible in dampening, because in dampening Holy Priest, as this priest falls off, maybe this priest falls off harder, but Holy still falls off. So that was my game plan, trying to stall as much as possible. The DK did have pressure pretty much the entire time, and I wasn't sure if I should you know, just try to purge more at this point or still conserve mana. It's about 40% dampening. The DK seemed to get some damage, so I wasn't sure about starting purging or not. So I just kept healing, kept my mana still, kept I was waiting for 60%. I think 60% is pretty much the sweet spot for most healers to not be able to heal anymore. So yeah, look at that. That was a chastise, and now he's gonna chastise me soon. Boom. He got another chastise so fast with that cooldown of his. It's a 3-minute cooldown, and you cast like 4 smites and you get another chastise pretty fast. I should abuse that on my priest as well. Other than that, yeah, the game goes pretty slowly. I just let this game run a bit more because I think they did have a lot of pressure and a constant amount of pressure. I was still getting CC'd, I was still getting chastised. The druid went down, like down lower, like right now he was pretty low. He could have maybe stunned me with that asphyxiate, and they should have, and maybe would have got more pressure. Another thing to note in this game, I am actually playing grounding. I wasn't a conscious choice, I just forgot to change from the start. I do think Purge Electrocute is the best one for Tuesday regardless. Maybe not versus double DPS, that can CC you a lot, like Mage Rogue or Mage something. But overall, I do think this was a pretty close game, and having Electrocute would have ended it sooner, but still, grounding could save me, maybe from a chastise, maybe from a asphyxiate. I don't really remember if I actually grounded any of those. I think I grounded at grip at some point in this game, maybe in the opener or something like that. Other than that, grounding wasn't that useful, but in the end we did get a win on the Death Knight, so that was pretty nice overall. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoy this little commentary and these styles of cutting in the videos. Anyway, bye!